Hi, and welcome to this video on lines and planes. The study of geometry is very much language-based, meaning that there are countless terms, relationships, and figures with meanings that are dependent on an understanding of other concepts. It can get pretty confusing if the foundational terms are not understood. In this video, we're going to start with the most basic figures: a point, a line, and a plane. These undefined terms are described rather than being defined, and they support the definitions of all other geometric terms. To start off, what is a point? A point is described as a very specific location or position in a plane. The notation for a point is a dot, but that dot does not have any dimension, length, width, or circumference. A point is named with a capital letter, as in point A. A line is described as a path, as if a point was dragged or is moving. A straight line extends infinitely in opposite directions. A line is typically named by referencing 2 points on the line, with the line symbol above. The line notation has arrows on either end to indicate that they extend forever. Points that lie on a line are referred to as collinear. A plane surface has length and width and extends infinitely in all directions. A flat surface, like a wall, floor, or ceiling, can be imagined as finite planes where geometric figures, like points and lines, can be drawn. A plane is typically named with a letter in script or italics, plane M, or by naming 3 points that lie on the plane ABC. Using 3 points in the naming of a plane lends to the perception of a two-dimensional surface. Points that lie in the same plane are said to be coplanar. Planes that intersect do so at a line, and it is possible for 3 planes to intersect at exactly 1 point. Now that we know these basic components, we can build our knowledge with terms that incorporate them in their definitions. For example, a line segment is the portion of a line that lies between 2 points on the line. The 2 points are called endpoints and are included in the line segment, as are all the points that are in between them. A line segment with endpoints A and B would be referenced as line AB. A ray starts at 1 point and extends infinitely in one direction on a plane. The ray symbol has 1 arrow indicating the starting point and the direction of the ray. When 2 lines on a plane cross each other, they are referred to as intersecting lines. Intersecting lines on a plane cross at exactly 1 point. Because a line segment has length that can be measured between the endpoints, the exact midpoint of the segment can be determined. A point, line, or ray, or plane that crosses a line segment at the midpoint is called a bisector. Intersecting lines on a plane that cross at 90-degree angles, or right angles, are perpendicular to each other. Examples of perpendicular lines can be found on window panes or on door frames. Lines on a plane that never cross are called parallel. These lines are exactly the same distance apart at all points, like the double yellow lines on a road, or tire tracks of a car. A line that crosses 2 lines in a plane at 2 distinct points is called a transversal line. Transversal lines, in combination with special angle relationships, are used to determine whether lines in a plane are parallel. As you can see, it is essential to understand the relationships between the undefined terms of a point, a line, and a plane in order to strengthen and expand your understanding of other geometry concepts. It's important to review these frequently from the ground up to keep pace and to retain your knowledge. Thanks for watching, and happy studying.